We're here today with Dr. Sue Helper, from the Chief Economist with the Department of Commerce, and thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And I want to just ask a few questions of you. And I understand that the White House just issued the Supply Chain Innovation Report in March, and wanted to just kind of get your view on what that entailed.
Yeah, so we at the Department of Commerce, in conjunction with the White House, have been doing a series of discussions with manufacturers and learning about the supply chain. And one of the things that the report shows that we issued in March is that supply chains are increasingly made up of small manufacturers. So 42% of manufacturing employment in the U.S. is in manufacturing firms that are less than 500 employees. And those firms are obviously increasingly important as a percentage of employment. And they also, unfortunately, face some barriers in innovation. And innovation is the key to the success of U.S. manufacturing. And what we want to do is help reduce some of those barriers to innovation so that small manufacturers can thrive and the whole supply chain can prosper as well.
I understand that we lost about a third of the manufacturing jobs, so this is one way of getting those jobs back and strengthen the economy.
Yeah, so between 2000 and 2010, we lost a third of our manufacturing jobs. Since then, we've gained back almost 900,000, which is the first increase in manufacturing jobs, sustained increase, since the 1990s. So in previous recoveries of the economy, when the economy as a whole has recovered, we continue to lose manufacturing jobs. So the fact that we've actually gained a substantial number of jobs is really suggests really a structural change in the economy, that manufacturing really is competitive again. We really have an opportunity to grow manufacturing, and we want to take advantage of that opportunity and help these supply chains.
So the report suggests that by partnering with the public sector, private sector, between small manufacturers and large corporations, this co-innovation, as you mentioned, is a way to strengthen the economy through this relationship. Talk about that a little bit.
Definitely. So we've seen that large manufacturers are increasingly kind of collaborating with their small suppliers to take advantage of the small suppliers being close to the production process. So they have some information that the large companies don't about how to improve a process, how to improve a product, how to reduce lead time. And there's some practices that enable that conversation to prosper. And so we want to kind of lift up these practices. And we also want to step up our game in the federal government by better leveraging federal technology assets. So we have a lot of federal labs, Department of Energy, NASA, NIST all have labs. And we also have the Manufacturing Extension Partnership, of which DVIRC is a proud participant, that also helps can broker some of these technology relationships.
And so what role do you see the government playing in, you say, uplifting or lifting up these relationships? Do you see anything specific in terms of their involvement and participation? So
this is one of the things that we're working on as part of the initiative, and welcome ideas and thoughts from everywhere. And technology transfer is not an easy thing. People have been trying to do it for decades.
Yep.
But there's a lot of very hardworking government scientists and a lot of technology there that really could help strengthen some small businesses and improve supply chains. And we want to figure out some ways that we can, working with MEP, make that technology more available.
So what did you think of today's event with NASA and their technologists coming here to DVIRC today? Is that
it's really interesting.
Some of those ideas?
Learned a lot about a lot of technologies, and I think one of the things that was very cool is the way that the technologies were presented as, here are some applications. You hear about atomic level deposition, like what is that possibly, and then to actually hear a conversation about, well, this is how it can be used, here are some industries, and then to hear the manufacturers with some even other ideas is very, very cool and very exciting. And I think it shows, even in this day of the internet, that kind of face-to-face in discussion and dialogue and really lead to some unexpected insights.
Well, we're pleased with the outcome. We had about 50 or 55 manufacturers here today, and there was some great conversations, and we certainly appreciate you being here, and I want to thank you.
I really appreciate the opportunity, and thanks a lot for all the great work that you do, and really exciting to be able to come and see it.
Oh, thank you.